power and elegance. Africa's big cats. We think of them as kings ruling over fearful subjects. But not all their neighbors accept that role. Especially the hyenas. They have a lot in common. Lions live and hunt in prides. Hyenas in clans. They're both extremely successful predators. They compete with different techniques for the same prey. In the dawn light, granite domes rise from the grasslands of the northern Serengeti. These rocks are the headquarters of a pride of lions. The many cracks and crevices are perfect places for 3 lionesses to hide their cubs. The dawn's early rays bring more and more baby lions out of the cracks and into the light. A mother's tail is a perfect play rope, for nieces and nephews too. All is ease. But her pride has uneasy neighbors too. On the flat grassland just a few kilometers away, spotted hyenas hide their young in a network of burrows. Their territory overlaps the hunting grounds of the rock lions. These bitter competitors regularly get into fights. At this early hour, the place seems empty. Here and there, a few mothers are looking after their puppies. But the hyena clan is much bigger than the lion pride. Only it's rare to see all 70 members together. Most of the time, the adults are out on their own. Their lair has space for up to 20 young in half a dozen separate holes. Hyenas are scarcely related to the big cats, but also not to dogs. Their history as scavengers goes back 20 million years. "5 million years ago, the spotted variety developed, adding impressive hunting skills to their taste for carrion. On the rocks, things are quiet. 2 adolescent males strolling around. At 18 months, they'll soon be on their own. The young females usually stay with their mothers. Females are the heart of the pride. They conquered this territory, and they defend it against rival lionesses. These powerful kings are the cubs' fathers. They generally keep their distance. They're rarely involved in the everyday life of the pride. Their job is to keep foreign males away and protect the young. Then their strength and bulk come in handy. The rest of the time, they're rather hopeless hunters. The lion's territory stretches from the granite rocks across narrow waterways and the broad plains dotted with trees and bushes. On the open plains, it's hard to surprise prey in the daytime. A female, out hunting on her own. This way she's less conspicuous. Warthogs, speedy and wary. In this broiling heat, the lioness won't even bother to approach. Another prey has caught her eye. This warthog family, just a few meters away, seems to be behaving rather carelessly. The mother waits to the last moment to warn her young. Then, counting on her speed, she stays put, giving them time to run. Knowing she doesn't have a chance, the lioness chases half-heartedly. But something has captured her attention. Though the warthog is way ahead, the lioness doesn't give up. She has discovered why the warthog delayed so long. Her rear left leg is injured. She can barely run. She must have hoped the lion wouldn't attack. Her bluff was called. But she saved her young. The lion's biggest prey are the buffaloes that stroll through their territory. They're too big for the hyenas. They're pretty big for the lions too. And they defend each other. But the rock lionesses found a small group of buffaloes cut off from the herd. Now they must separate the calf from its mother. Easier said than done. One of the Pride Kings gets wind of things. The females can't penetrate the buffalo's defenses. The male would have a better chance. It doesn't matter here if he's slow. The buffaloes aren't very fast either. The three lionesses try again when she turns her back. A frontal attack against those horns is suicidal. The calf loses its bearings in the melee. A chance for one of the lionesses. But the mother comes straight to its defense. Now, only strength and bulk can make the difference. The male's arrival shifts the balance. It's a standoff. The buffalo cow does the right thing. Ward him off till the herd returns. But she turns her back. A fatal error. The king usually depends on the female's hunting skills. This time, he earned his lion's share. With hyenas, males play a very different role. At the den, a female disciplines a male. He won't dare fight back. Hyena females have far more testosterone than males. And that has surprising consequences. The females grow a pseudo-penis right next to the teats that feed their young. The females are bigger and stronger than the males. And the males must treat their dominant partners with respect. Better not provoke a row. Because in this powerful matriarchal structure, all the females outrank all the males. And since mothers protect and promote their sons, strong females have higher status sons, so a young male can bully a rival male under the eyes of his mother. If the victim dared object, the attacker's mother would intervene right away. As soon as they reach sexual maturity, males leave their clan and join an unrelated pack, where they have to work their way up from the bottom. Sons of higher status mothers are more successful in the new clan too, because they're more confident, they fight their way up more quickly and sire more offspring. And so their mother's genes spread faster than the genes of subdominant females. Hyenas rarely disobey the rules. Lone hyenas know that they can rely on the power of the clan when it's needed. For instance, when the carcass in question is big. Vultures are usually the first to discover perished treasures. This dead giraffe is around a ton of meat. The scavengers should have lots of time. But in fact, they eat as fast as they can, because as the food diminishes, the competition grows. A couple more gulps will carry the birds through the next few days. There's plenty of squabbling. Time is short. Because the full hyena backup is on the way. Scavengers are vital to the savannah. Without them, carcasses would rot for weeks, and flies would transmit huge amounts of disease-carrying bacteria. When hyenas shoo the vultures away, it's not just to reach the meat. Vultures could conceal an approaching lion. The birds have now eaten their fill, and there's ample left for the hyenas. The females especially will eat fast and plenty so they can return to feed their young. Now, the lions of the Rock Pride have noticed the vultures. To be sure there are no unpleasant surprises before advancing to the remains of the buffet. A second lioness joins her. Both vent their frustration on the vultures. They're all too aware they got here too late. The giraffe is bones and skin. The hyenas and vultures have done a good job. The Rock Pride's territory stretches from the granite mounds deep into the surrounding savanna. The lionesses return from their excursion to their stony base overlooking the low grassland. The granite rocks offer a multitude of hiding places for their young. The pride's third lioness is resting here now, her 3 cubs just a few days old. Lion babies, like those of all carnivores, are tiny. At birth, each weighs just 1.5 kilos. For weeks, the babies are helpless. They need protection and warmth. Now their mother is keeping them away from her sister's young, who are a bit older and more robust. These delicate babies just wouldn't keep up. Newborn hyenas are tiny and helpless too. This one is 3 days old and can hardly stand. But hyena babies enter the world with open eyes and with sharp teeth, and they need to use them right away. The mother gave birth far away from the clan's main lair. She then hid her young in a small hole. Spotted hyenas can have up to 4 young, but usually they have 1 or 2. Nearby, another female has found a quiet place for her baby, but this one is a couple of weeks older. The 2 mothers know each other from the clan, but barely pay each other any attention. The neighbor's baby is inquisitive. This infant scarcely knows where it's going. The hubbub around the central lair would be far too dangerous for it. Mothers lie with their young for hours, passing on nourishment through their teats. Hyena milk has more protein than any other land predators. It also has an extremely high fat content. This mother's second baby no longer has the strength to reach the teat. Ever since he was born, his sister has bitten him away. Milk is vital for the development of the young. Some females suckle for up to 2 years. It's a terrible strain on the mother, but she can't bring meat into the lair. It would be stolen at once by higher status hyenas. And of course, she won't share her precious milk with anyone else's young. Two weeks on, the 3 lionesses have brought their young together now. Unusually soon. Normally, they'd take more time. But as they grow, the age difference matters less. Meeting at the rocks every day, the cubs soon become inseparable. Lionesses in a pride often give birth at the same time. When males conquer a group of females, that usually starts a new reproductive cycle. Mothers try to concentrate on suckling their own young, but it isn't always possible. Sometimes you just have to suffer an avalanche of hungry babies. In the heat of the day, the rocks seem devoid of life. But the countless splits, cracks, and caverns are home to more than just lion cubs. Lion House has many inhabitants, from tiny elephant shrews to reptiles and birds. The rocks warm up during the day, and the cracks offer natural air conditioning. Red-headed agamas and Senegal watted plovers get on well together. The warm rocks help their eggs to hatch. The lion cubs are safe as long as their mothers are there, but when the lionesses go out to hunt, the cubs spend many hours alone in the cracks in the rocks. And this is when snakes come looking for prey. The warm slabs of granite are home to rock pythons that can crush and suffocate even small gazelles. A lot of lion cubs become victims of pythons, especially among the rock pride. And yet the lions are only too aware of the danger. Though not yet fully grown, this python could already kill a baby lion. The cubs are inquisitive and clueless. Their mothers are very careful. Python bites may not be poisonous, but they're extremely painful. The lionesses remove their young from the danger zone. A nip on the neck and they fall into a trance and can be carried anywhere. The snake is unsure. Normally it encounters only the babies, not the adults. It can't have reckoned with the fury of her mother. The python is in danger. One of these blows could break its back. It retreats to the cover of a bush. It's safe from the lions here. At least for the moment. After all the excitement, a deep draught of warm milk brings back some calm. The rock pride relaxes, but the python can't leave well alone. After an hour, it emerges. Seriously marked by its wounds. It seems the scent of the lion cubs overcomes the pain. The mothers have finally had enough. They surround the python. It has little fight left. Now there's only one option. To slide away, dragging its wounds with it. Disappearing into one of the innumerable cracks. This pride will always be in danger from snakes. But the rocks bring so many advantages that they will never leave. Snakes rarely threaten hyenas out here on the plains. In the late evening, a group are playing with their young. It's rough, and this is no place for newborns. Until now, this mother kept her baby away from the main lair. Now she's ready to attempt the next step. The central lair is always guarded, so when the mothers are away, their young are safe from other predators. To enjoy that protection, the mother must accept the hectic activity at the entrances. Her relatives are curious about the new arrival. One female hyena becomes especially insistent, even though she's younger and weaker than the mother. But as her own mother is high status, this young intruder is a powerful female. And she can challenge the older mother. Normally, this young one would win, but here a delicate baby is at stake. The mother forgets the rules and puts the younger female in her place, shoving her aside. And then she takes her offspring to safety. The cold night cools tempers. The mother has secured the place for her young, who at last can feed. Over the next few weeks, the new arrival is rarely spotted. She only emerges a few minutes every day to suckle. She must grow and gain strength first, so she can pit herself against the other young of the clan. 15 mothers live here, and more than 20 young hyena frolic in front of the entrance to the lair in the mornings and evenings. It looks like they're playing. But this isn't fun. Again and again, there are flurries of biting. It's anything but playful. Sisters and brothers are especially aggressive to one another. The struggles over status begin at birth, because the young inherit their mother's status. So siblings are always bitter rivals, especially sisters. Sons will eventually depart for other clans. To rise in the clan, a sister must defeat her twin. The stronger ones force the weaker away from their mother's teats. A quarter of all hyena young starve to death. At first, they don't know their mother's status, so the adults have to impose the hierarchy. At 9 months, the young have learned their place. Two months on, the rock pride have left the granite mounds. The lions are wandering through the broad savanna in search of prey. The young no longer need the protection of the granite rocks. The cubs are still inseparable, and so the 3 mothers hunt together too. The great males spend little time with the females and their offspring, but they always stay close by. This they must, to protect the young from the constant threat of other adult males. It's the end of July. The wildebeest herds of the Serengeti are migrating north. They make the long journey because the grasslands of the south are suffering their annual drought. On the way, the Mara River is a welcome source of water, and on the far side, greener pastures beckon. Every year, the wildebeest must cross the Mara. Along much of its length, the banks are extremely steep. Even a 15-meter near vertical wall won't put them off. Once the first wildebeest have led the way, nothing will stop these tough, agile antelopes. Miraculously, most survive even long falls. After the cliffs, crossing the water is child's play. Unless there are crocodiles. This one floated in on the current. Right now it's still harmless, but when it turns round and swims against the current, it can maneuver to attack. Now it's ready. The wildebeest seem unaware of the danger. The crocodile just needs patience. On the far side, the migrants find luscious pastures. There's an unusual guest in their midst. A wildebeest in colouring, but with the body of a zebra. In fact, this is a young zebra. He's what's known as a melanistic variant. A rare combination of two genes increased the dark pigmentation in his coat. Grazing with wildebeest, the foal hardly stands out. But beside other zebra, he's very conspicuous. His prospects are not rosy because predators will instantly notice him. He's in much greater danger than his black and white relatives. The great herds bring far less welcome visitors for the rock pride. Nomad lions that follow the wildebeest. They're often adolescents with no territory of their own. They survive by following the migration. These gatecrashers are a danger for the whole rock pride. If the old pride males show weakness now, they could be attacked and chased away. That would destroy the structure of the pride. And it would mean a death sentence for the young. So the wildebeest's arrival means not only an abundance of food, but the risk of violence, danger, and stress. For hyenas, the giant herds are a good source of food too. They will seek out ill and weak animals to attack. But they need to be careful with the strong bulls. They are not afraid of hyenas. Right now it's raining a lot more in the northern Serengeti than in the south. That's why the wildebeest are here. The hyenas are fine with the inclement weather. Their preferred hunting technique is more efficient when it's cool. Unlike cheetahs, hyenas are long-distance specialists. They have the most powerful hearts of all African predators. They can run for 5 kilometers without a break. Wildebeest are faster over short distances, but they can't keep up the pace for long. The hyenas seem to be scattering the wildebeest chaotically, but they're looking for calves that are easier to bring down than adults. This time, they're out of luck. And they've ruined the hunt for the cheetahs. The hyenas would steal any prey the cheetahs manage to catch. It's not worth the trouble, and they leave. Even though they have to take greater care of their young against the marauding males, the rock pride find life easier now. Three months of unlimited prey outweigh the risk from the nomads. The endless migrating columns arouse the curiosity of the young. Every adolescent wants to test his hunting skills. He still has a lot to learn, and his lack of discipline thwarts his mother. She's lost her chance against the animals he's frightened away. Now another lioness joins in the attack. Together, they separate an emaciated wildebeest from the herd. For such experienced hunters, the rest is easy. A rainy afternoon. Time for the hyenas to hunt. The cool evening hours are ideal for their exhausting tactics. They approach the herd alone or in small groups. The wildebeest don't seem to recognize the hyenas as a threat. They simply carry on grazing. The hyenas gather. The nomadic lions are standing by too. And there are some calves in this herd. The herd scatters in panic, but the huntress keeps her focus strictly on the target. A calf has lost contact with its mother. The hunter won't let loose now. The hyena still has reserves of energy. while the wildebeest calf is getting slower and slower. A second hyena joins in for the kill. Hyenas don't have sharp claws. They grip their prey with their teeth and wrestle them to the ground. A pair of young nomad lionesses soon follow. Facing so many hyenas, they are uncertain. For a while, the clan keeps them at bay. But then, the male nomads arrive. Lionesses will chase hyenas away, but males often kill them. So the hyenas withdraw. It's not worth risking serious injury for the sake of a couple of bites, though it is frustrating. The lions enjoy their stolen meal. The hyenas call for reinforcements. The call is answered. Within a few minutes, almost all the clan females are here, 20 hyenas. Now the big cats must hold their nerve. The situation could escalate in seconds. The force of numbers begins to have its effect. The lionesses are nervous. But the two young males aren't about to be disturbed. They're still hungry. The hyenas won't win their meat back. The lions prove once again that might is right. Most young lions live from carrion and stolen prey until they're skilled enough to survive as hunters. The king of beasts claims his reward on the savannah. But as so often, the lord of the grasslands has stolen a hyena's prey in the middle of the night and not brought it down himself. The cubs won't care, as long as they get fed. But these princelings of the Rock Pride will soon face tougher times, with their fathers getting older and the lion challengers stronger and more determined. And since their conflict with the hyenas will never end, these young lions will soon be called upon to play their role.